I'm Simon Molesworth, and for the last 3 years I've been chairman of Green Earth Energy, which is a geothermal energy company. That geothermal energy company, along with about 15 other companies in this country, have been exploring the resources of Australia's geothermal rocks. Geothermal rocks are the heated centre of the Earth, and as you come closer to the surface, it interacts with the layers of sand and water that surround the hot rocks. And so in certain parts of this country, you can actually tap hot water. Hot sedimentary aquifers is the geological term. Now, there is an association in this country called the Australian Geothermal Energy Association, made up of the companies and individuals, universities who are involved in the exploration and study of geothermal power. AGEA it's called. And according to AGEA, that on the current known tenements, that is where the investigation's been completed and they've identified where one should be tapping the geothermal resources, there is enough power resources to power 48% of the entire Australian need for energy in perpetuity, forever and a day. There are other figures around that geoscientists have been putting in their scientific journals and their reports, that in fact in some parts of Australia there is in fact enough power to provide, for instance, all Victoria's needs 40 times over. In fact, there are some who are so confident that they would say that we can provide all Australia's power needs from geothermal. It's a very sad thing about the investment community in Australia, especially after the global financial crisis, that investors are what are called risk averse. That is, they don't want to risk their capital investment in new technology, in new science in fact, until someone else has proved it. So these geothermal companies are effectively at the moment treading water. They're waiting to advance with their projects, which offer so much hope to this country. There are government grants. Those government grants can be obtained from both the federal government and the state government. But in all instances, these grant programs effectively depend on these private companies who are exploring for geothermal power to raise the equivalent sums of money from the private sector investors. And so it's a cart before the horse situation. Who should provide the money to get the projects up and running, to prove the resource? Should it be government helping the companies, or should it be the companies accessing private funds? And it's that dilemma which is causing enormous delay, a very sad delay, in the extraction of geothermal power, which could so significantly assist this country to address climate change issues, where we're producing too much power from dirty energy sources. Geothermal power is clean, it's green, it's 24/7, and as I said, there are some who would say that it can actually meet all our power needs. Even if it can't meet all our power needs, to provide half would be a terrific boost to the challenge we all have of reducing our carbon emissions. Governments are arguing about 5 or 10 or 15 or 20% reductions in carbon emissions. But if we were allowed to access in a timely fashion the geothermal resources that underlie this country, then we wouldn't be arguing about such small figures. We'd be arguing, proposing, adopting emission reductions of far more significant figures.